Hey guys, TommyBryson here, and life is all about setting goals because that's the only way you actually get to achieve anything. And if you don't have a goal, how are you supposed to get to where you actually want to get to? So for example, when I had 0 subscribers, my goal was, hey, I want to get to 1,000, then 2,000, then 5,000, then 10,000. And before you know it, now my goal is as high as 500K subscribers. However, it always started at a smaller level. So you gotta start somewhere. And if you don't have a goal, you're not gonna get anywhere, okay? So for this video right here, I'll tell you exactly my 8 steps to get to whatever goal you actually want to achieve and do it very quickly. That's the whole idea for this video. However though, if you ever heard about goal setting, you probably heard about SMART goals. And by the way, when I was in college, I heard about this also from Professor Flanagan, okay? Till this day, I remember this guy's name, okay? Professor Flanagan. He said, Tommy, well, a SMART goal is something that is specific, measurable, attainable, okay, or achievable, also realistic or relevant, and lastly, time bound. You have to have a deadline on it. And by the way, all that is great. I never like the whole idea of, hey, Tommy, your goal has to be realistic, you know, because realistic is subjective. And that's why you got to be careful who you tell your goal to, because if you tell it to the wrong person, they might go out there and crush everything you actually want to achieve, you know. So for example, if I told you, hey, I want to make X amount of money. For you, that might be unrealistic. For me, it might be actually very realistic. If I want to lose this much weight in this much time, oh my gosh, it's impossible. Stop trying. No, no, no. The answer is realistic is subjective. And by the way, although your goals, yeah, I get it. They need to be, you know, the bar needs to be a little low for you to actually go ahead and achieve it. However, though, okay, there is a sweet spot when it comes to where do I set my goals to make it realistic, but also challenging enough for me to actually go out there and get it. Because by the way, if your goals are so low, right, they become very boring. If they're so high, for example, my goal is to get to 10 million subscribers by the end of this year. I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm unmotivated. That's almost impossible to actually get to, right? So there has to be a balance. There has to be a sweet spot. Now the sweet spot is basically, hey, it's kind of like when you have a dog, and if you have a toy and you wave it all the way up here, the dog is no longer interested. If you wave it all the way down there, the dog gets bored. But if you wave, for example, around here, the sweet spot, that dog will be playing with you all day. Why? Because it's challenging, it's attainable, and everything is right there. It's called the sweet spot for a reason. But today, I'll tell you about 8 steps that I take when it comes to setting a goal. Because by the way, all those SMART goals are great. There are missing some steps, and that's why I don't use them that often, okay? Now, if you guys are new here, I post videos every single day, so make sure to also subscribe and hit the bell to get notified. And on top of that, also destroy the like button to help me out with the algorithm and so on YouTube. That means like the video, okay? Helps out a lot. And also leave a comment down below exactly what your goal is, okay? And by the end of this video, I want you to reply to the goal using the 8-step formula to see exactly how your goal actually evolved, okay? That's the whole idea there. Now, the very first thing, guys, that I do want to mention is this, guys, okay? You gotta give credit where credit is actually due. So although this video is great, all this stuff, you know, Tommy is 24 years old. I don't have all the knowledge in the world. So most of my knowledge comes from books and actually going out there and doing things and learn from people that are 10 times smarter than I am. So in reality, guys, these 8 steps came from these 4 main books right here. The first book is called The Compound Effect. That book will tell you, hey, it's all about getting 1% better every single day, and that way you will have a tremendous growth in 1 year. The second book is called The Legacy Journey by Dave Ramsey. All of this book right here is more about, hey, how do you leave a legacy for your family, make more money, all this stuff. It also has a lot of great steps when it comes to going out there and setting goals. The third person is called Zig Zigler. Now, honestly, I had no idea who this guy was, but in reality, a lot of everything that comes about making goals, all that stuff, is basically related to Zig Zigler. So if you don't know who that is, look up Zig Zigler. He is the master when it comes to setting goals and achieving things, okay? And number 4 is going to be the book called Start With Why. Those 4 books right there allowed me to go out there and make this video right there. And these books right here are basically reading material for you. you know? And by the way, guys, don't forget, okay, although you might do everything perfectly, nothing is perfect in life, okay? Failure is a part of the plan. And the goal is not to go out there and achieve something massive, but the goal is to, hey, every single day, work towards achieving your goals in a small level, that way you can compound them, and you keep growing and growing and growing. That's the whole idea. And by the way, I agree a lot with Jordan Peterson and the idea that basically, hey, Jordan Peterson says, hey, you got to go out there and you got to set the bar real low. But again, you don't want to get bored. You don't want to set it too high either. You got to find the sweet spot. So basically, it's more like, hey, what do I want to achieve? What can I actually achieve? But now let me push it a little bit beyond that. That way, I'm motivated to challenge for me to actually go out there and chase after it. That's the whole idea. Now tell me, what are the 8 steps? Tell me about it right now before I leave this video, okay? Now, the 8 steps are these guys, okay? Number 1 is going to be, you need to go out there and identify exactly what your goal is, you know? It has to be specific. It's very important that your goal is specific. You don't want to say, hey, Tommy, you know what? I want to lose weight. I want to get abs. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. Those goals right there are not goals. They're actually dreams, okay? And dreams are basically goals without any of the real formula to go out there and achieve it. Now, dreams are great. You can have them every single night, but goals are things you're actually going to measure up to and actually go out there and achieve. So more specific is basically, hey, Tommy, well, I want to make an extra $1,000, you know? That's more specific, you know? Or for example, hey, I want to go out there and I want to lose 30 pounds of fat. And in order to get there, I need to lose somewhere around 1 to 2.5 pounds every single week. That way I can get there by December, come December time. And by the way, it's actually my personal goal, okay? Now, you got to make it so specific to the point where if anyone were to go out there and read your goal, they'll be like, hey, have you done this before? Because you know so much about it, okay? It has to be scary specific. Write down as specific as you actually make it. But again, don't overthink it too much. Just write it down. Hey, I want to lose 30 pounds. That's 1 pound to 2.5 pounds every single week in order for me to get there by December time. That is my goal, okay? Be very, very specific. Now, you might say, well, that means I want to lose, for example, 8 pounds every single month or whatever. You get very intricate with this stuff, but again, don't overthink it that much. Now, also guys, something that helps me out a lot, it's also visualizing things. So again, visual. Every single day, I look at my goals right here. So I have to visualize it over and over again, you know? So you might want to, hey, print out a picture or get a wallpaper on your phone or your computer with whatever you actually want to achieve. For example, it might be 180 pounds of lean muscle on my wallpaper. See, hey, this is what my body is going to look like by December time, okay? That's the whole idea there. So visualizing is also very important. Now, number 2, guys, is you gotta write down the benefits of achieving your goal. And by the way, your goal has to be your goal, okay? It has to be your actual goal, what you actually want to do. What I said, because basically, it can't be your mom's goal. It can't be your wife's goal. It can't be your kid's goal. It has to be your goal. And you also have to have, for example, a very powerful why. If you don't know the benefits of what you actually want to achieve, what makes you think you're actually going to stay motivated? If you don't have a powerful why to do what you do, what makes you think you're actually going to follow through? That's the whole idea there. So for example, yeah, you know, I want to lose 30 pounds, but what are the benefits here? Well, now I'm 30 pounds lighter. I look sexier, all this other stuff here. I can live longer, health reasons. I can go out there, do more activities, all this stuff, right? That's the whole idea. And by the way, I'm bulking right now. So it's not like I'm obese, but I'm kind of like bulking. So that's why I did gain a lot of weight. It's part of the game. However, though, you got to know the benefits. On top of that, you have to have a powerful why, because getting sexy or having a lot of money or being rich or buying a Tesla and all this stuff, although it is great, it is just more like external stuff. You know what I mean? So you got to have a powerful why. So for me, the powerful why is, well, Tommy, why do you want this stuff? And by the way, do this practice here. Ask yourself why around like 6 to 7 times. It'll get you to the deep level to why you want what you actually want. Now, for me, it is basically, I want to lose weight and be healthy because basically my dad passed away in his 50s very early on. I don't want that to be me. And every time I think about, hey, skipping a workout, not eating correctly, I think about that right there. And it pushes me to go out there and achieve what I actually want to achieve. But again, you got to know the benefits, and you also have to have a powerful why. And that right there is number 2. Now, number 3, guys, is you have to identify exactly what your obstacles are going to be in order to go out there and achieve that goal. So, there is no mission in life that doesn't have some form of obstacle. So you got to write down exactly, hey, what is going to keep me from going out there and achieving my goal? So again, for me, that might be, hey, if I start to eat fast food, eat McDonald's, if I skip workouts, if I am not serious about this stuff, right, I will not get to my goal. If I talk to Paul, my friend that's basically obese and things like, hey, that's actually normal, I won't achieve my goal. If I talk to Peter that told me, hey, Tommy, you know what? Losing weight is a myth, I'm not going to achieve my goal. And by the way, you have extrinsic obstacles like outside of you and intrinsic ones. So basically, intrinsic means what are you doing to sabotage yourself? Extrinsic means what is maybe the outside world gonna do to sabotage you. So you gotta go out there and write down exactly what your obstacles are going to be, whether it's, for example, things or people or just you. You gotta write all those things down. So for example, for you, it might be, hey, Tommy, I want to get to $1 million or $100,000 or $10,000, right? But I know for a fact if I go out and eat every single day, that's going to basically cost me money. If I hang around my friends that basically don't care about money, I'm probably going to start spending my money crazy all over again. So about external ones and internal ones. But Tommy, I want to be fancy. I want to have this stuff. Again, that's more like internal, but also external. So you gotta write down exactly what it is that's going to stop you from going out there and achieving what you want to achieve, and write it down. That when it happens, you know exactly what's going on. You can actually go ahead and stop it before it ruins all of your plans. Now, number 4, guys, is basically what skills are you going to need to go out there and achieve your goals? And by the way, goals are very easy to set. If you follow them through, you might actually achieve it. But it's not just about what you're achieving, all that stuff, but it's more about, hey, who is the person that you have to become in order, for example, to lose 30 pounds or amass $1 million net worth or build a business or do whatever your goal actually is or talk to a girl? Who is that person that you have to become? You have to change the way you are, because the person you are right now is only capable of achieving whatever you achieve right now, okay? So you got to ask yourself, well, what skills am I going to need to go out there and achieve what I want to achieve? Now, the way I do this is very simple. I basically go out there and I find a person that already has what I want. And I say, well, what do they know and what do they have that I don't? Okay, so for example, it might be, hey, this guy right here is already pretty fit. Well, he knows about fitness. He knows about exercising. He knows about food. He knows about anatomy. He knows about muscle. He knows about how to do things the correct way. Or for example, this business guy right here, well, he knows about sales, knows about communication, knows about this stuff. And the goal is, well, I want to get all those skills and add them to my toolbox. That way I can become basically a better person, a better version of myself. And that's where the compound effect comes into play, because basically it's not about changing yourself all of a sudden, but it's more about adding to yourself every single day by either reading books or taking courses or just going out there and watching videos about the things you actually want to learn about. That's all it really is, but you got to add skills, because in reality, you got to change the person you are to achieve the things that you actually want to achieve. If you never change in any way, Tommy, don't ask me to change. I want to be myself. I love myself the way I am. Great. But if you want to achieve something else, you got to go out there and add to whoever you actually are. That's the whole thing. I'm very happy I'm not the 12th version of myself anymore, or the last year version of myself. You got to keep growing and growing and growing and growing. So to do that, you need to find out exactly what skills are you going to need to be able to go out there and achieve your goals. Very important stuff. That's number 4. Now, number 5, guys, is who are the people or organizations or businesses that you're going to need to help you go out there and accomplish your goal. Now, Tommy, if you're like me, by the way, you might say, Tommy, you know what? I don't need anybody. I'm going to do this myself. And by the way, that's how I am also. But this right here is not optional. You got to do it. So for example, when I go to the gym, I purposely try to make friends. Like, hey, hi, I'm Tommy. What's your goal? What do we want to achieve? That basically means, hey, and I tell them, hey, I want to achieve this also. It creates accountability partners. It's about finding people or businesses that basically want exactly what you want in some way, that are going to help you stay accountable and shoot for what you want to shoot for. Now, for example, that might mean your current friends. So the whole idea is basically you want to go out there and find those people or use your current friend base, say, hey, I want to achieve this, keep me accountable. I'll tell you every single day what I do, or every single week, we'll talk about it, or whatever it is. Or for example, if it's a business, well, who do I need to work with in order to get to my goal? So if you want to make $1 million, well, what company do I need to work with? Tell me, for example, with advertising, product management, logistics, whatever it is, that's the whole idea. Knowing who you're going to need to help you. Having the lone wolf idea, the one-man mission thing is pretty cool, but in some way, you're going to need help. If I want to achieve something great, well, who do I need for YouTube stuff? I need Danny, my editor. Who do I need for my whole fitness stuff? I need my friend William. He helps me out a lot with fitness stuff. Who do I need when it comes to self-defense? Well, I need my cousin Miguel. He knows a lot about self-defense stuff. That's the whole idea. You need to know exactly who you're going to need. And by the way, that also forces you to go out there and make new connections and new friends. That way, if you have a Peter or a Paul in your life, people that don't support you, you can go ahead and replace them with people that actually are going to support you in some way. Now, the idea is, if you want to have something new, you got to let go of your old friends. Not the idea at all, but what I am saying is, hey, you got to find people that also want what you want to achieve in life. That's the whole idea. It's going to help you out a ton more. Now, number 6, guys, my favorite part here is you got to develop your full-blown plan now. Okay, so once you know all these other things here, it's time to put it all together. And by the way, I love this stuff. I love writing things down, but I also love doing. So once you know exactly what you want, is specific, your obstacles, all of the stuff, the skills you're gonna need, well, now it's time to put it into an action plan. So again, my goal is by December, I want to lose 30 pounds. Now, that means when I go online and I get very specific, it says, hey, Tommy, you need to go on a calorie deficit of around 1,500 calories per day. Okay, that we can lose, for example, 1 pound to 2.5 pounds every single week. On top of that, you need to work out around 5 times per week. You need to eat this, you need to eat that. You need to meal prep also. It's about making this entire plan from Monday to Sunday. And by the way, before you say, Tommy, I don't want to have my life that way. I don't want to have everything scheduled out. The idea is, if you want to get to where you want to get to, again, you can customize your plan. You can customize your goals. So just make it in a way that you actually like what you're actually doing. So my meal preps I'm going to enjoy them. My exercises, I'm going to enjoy them. That's the whole idea. So again, you got to develop an entire plan. So for me, it might look like, hey, from Monday to Friday, I'm going to meal prep 1,500 calories into my diet. That's the idea. I'm gonna work out from Monday to Friday. I'm gonna have fun, do activities here and there to lose extra calories. I'm gonna stick to what I actually want to stick to. I'm gonna use food as fuel and not just for my taste buds and all that other stuff, okay? That's the whole idea. You wanna create a full-blown action plan as if, for example, your life depended on it. Because in a way, it does, because your goals are very important. Now, number 7, guys, is going to be, you need to set a deadline. Now, I don't know about you guys, okay? But in college, in high school, middle school, forever, okay? If I had a deadline, I always waited until the very last moment and I did it then, okay? That's not what I do today, obviously, but the answer is you need to have a deadline. Deadlines are going to help you stay motivated and work towards what you actually want to work towards. If I say, well, I want to lose 30 pounds, well, is that in 2022? In 2025 or in 2030? You need to have a deadline. Well, by 2021, the end of 2021, I want to lose 30 pounds. So for me, that might be December. For you, it might be, hey, I want to have 10K saved up by the end of the year. How do I get there? You got to have the entire plan, okay? The whole blown plan, and also add a deadline. That's the whole idea. But by the way, remember, okay, guys, deadlines do not mean, hey, I didn't make it, I fail, I suck. No, failing is just a part of the game. It's just how it works, you know. You're not gonna get to where you want to get to all the time, although you might have a perfect plan. But that's part of the game, you know. You'll fail, and that's fine. Okay, so if I don't get to my goal by December, well, let me adjust. What am I missing here? Well, let me do it by February now. Okay, that's the whole idea. But don't give up. You keep adjusting and so on. The last thing is number 8 here is you want to write down exactly what your goal is. And by the way, I'll be honest here. I use this video, okay, to basically go ahead and write down exactly what my goal is and how to achieve it, all that stuff, because basically I want to lose that weight to actually cut weight now, to build like, you know, have like more lean muscle and all that stuff. So I said, why not make a video that forces me to go ahead and write down my goal very specific, okay? That's the idea, and that's what I basically did, okay? So write down exactly what your goal is using all 8 of these steps right here, or actually 7 if you don't count the writing step also, right? Because that's the whole idea. But write everything down, or comment down below where you commented before saying, hey, here's my normal goal, not really specific, but here's my evolved goal. It'll take you 3 to 5 minutes. I know it's a long time, but it'll be worth it in order for you to actually go out there and achieve it. And by the way, once you have that goal written down, print it out and put it all over the place. That way, when you wake up, you read it. When you sleep, you read it. And during the day, you read it also. Keep it in your mind, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, okay? Failure is a part of the game. The goal is to get better every single day. And don't worry about what anybody else is doing, okay? Your only competition is going to be yourself, okay? See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified. And if you guys want to call me and talk to me one-on-one, join me on my 3rd channel called the TommyBryson channel. Subscribe over there. Link down below. Or if you want to watch more content, I have a 2nd channel called the TommyBryson Show where I post there every single day also. If you want to DM me personally, well, DM me on Instagram, TommyBryson. And before I go, thanks for watching, guys. Another video here. Click my face here. See you guys tomorrow. And as always, peace.